Hello, I'm Dustin, and I'm with Orbital Guitars today, reviewing this Orbital Griffin. This is, I guess you would call this their style of a LP style guitar, and but it has some other features with the body that I really enjoy, and predominantly that feature is this little bit of a half cutout right here. It's got a really nice LP style feel to it, but when you're sitting in classical position, it kind of gives your legs something to butt up against, and I feel like that's for me whenever I'm playing and I really just want to bite into a chord, and it's got this groove here that the guitar can fall in, so that my guitar isn't doing this while I'm doing that whole thing. I don't know, maybe that's just a personal thing, but I find it to be very comfortable. So once again, this is their Griffin model, and this has a full mahogany body. This thing is heavy. This thing is very heavy. It's got Seymour Duncan pickups. The bridge is a Duncan Distortion, and the neck pickup is the Duncan Jazz model. And they do have some very different different voicings, but I think well, here, we'll just run through it, and we'll see what you decide. So we're gonna play clean first, and we're gonna start with the neck pickup. I'm gonna move to center position, and then we're gonna do the bridge pickup. Neck pickup. To the bridge position. Now this thing features this is a Night Swan Birdseye Maple Warmoth neck. It's very comfortable and beautiful. I don't know if you can see this, but the Birdseye on the back and on the fretboard. I don't know if that's going to come out over the camera, but that is absolutely gorgeous to look at once you get up close and personal with the instrument. We're going to look at some looking at some carve outs here. It's got a nice comfort curve right here. It's got the peak here, and my first kind of concern was that this was going to kind of feel jagged. You know, like if I, bash this thing on my knee, I was afraid of, kind of causing myself some damage. But it's not. It's actually really quite comfortable. Now we're going to move on, and we're going to see what we're going to see what these things sound like when we add a little bit of overdrive, and then we're going to give it some metal distortion. So first we're going to start with the overdrive. Once again, we're going to start with the neck position with the Jazz, and we're going to move to the distortion, Seymour Duncan Distortion. bridge pickup really lives up to its name. It's got a much bigger bite than the Jazz pickup, obviously. Definitely meant for two different things, but I actually kind of really like the tone of the Jazz pickup with the overdrive. It's got this really nice breakup. Without really being muddy. It really just kind of adds this nice smooth dullness to it, which is appealing to me. But let's move on. This next pedal that I'm going to hit on is the Pathos by the Abasi Pathos, and sounds a little bit something like this. Bridge position. Distortion pickup is living up to its name, but let's bring it back, and this is the middle position. This is once again the bridge pickup. I really like the feel of it. Everything I've played by Orbital so far has been super comfortable. I think that goes without saying. Well, at least I've said it enough. However, for being kind of their, I would call this the bottom end of their series. I still find it to be a really interesting and well-built guitar. It's very solid. I definitely feel like I could drop this thing and nothing would happen. However, I'm not going to do that. You do get the feeling that all that body is real, and all that thickness that this thing has, just it feels good. I can't say this for sure, but I want to think that it kind of gives it its character as far as tone, and it's comfortable. It's comfortable. There's not much to say because it's a fairly simple guitar. The neck feels great. And once again, the Birdseye Maple on this thing is just stunning, and I really like this Night Swan inlay setup. I mean, it's, you can get a guitar with any inlay setup, and it doesn't change anything other than how much you love that guitar. And I definitely, I think this is going to look amazing on a wall, as well as it's going to look amazing on stage. And this is something that will make you happy every time you pick it up. There's just something to do with this classic body shape and this classic style of guitar and simplicity. But when you add little tiny features, little tiny things that go a long way, like this little curve out right here, and how deep this cut is, and the slight finish to the neck that is buffed out to like where it feels satin. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Well, I've been Dustin with Orbital Guitars, and this has been the Griffin. Thank you for watching.